We have now season 7 of our Wrexham adventure. We've had 4 promotions so far in those 7 years, and this is our first season in the Premiership. Hopefully, we'll still be here next year, but we'll figure that out sharpish. If you are enjoying the series, you're looking forward to some stuff, let me know. Like, subscribe will be greatly appreciated. We're doing really well on XCOM as well at the moment, so if you haven't been following that, I'll throw something up here as well to the playlist, so you can get a watch on that. And I'm intrigued to see where you think we'll finish up this season. Welcome along, one and all. We are, as said, in the Premier League, 10th of September. So we've gone through the summer transfer window. I'm going to let you know who it is that we've picked up there. You also notice that my little fat head at the moment, currently an icon, lads. I'm doing a wonderful. Fantastic. We've currently played 4 games in the league, so we'll go into those in a little bit of detail as well shortly. And obviously we'll see where it is that the league thinks we should be, our season preview. So hopping over to transfers. We had a few left over from the end of the previous season. I mentioned that we were selling Dara O'Shea, so he's gone out for $9.5 million. He's our record sale, as it is at the moment, I believe. We also let out a few other guys, but they were loanees, little things. We signed Denzo Cassius, who's a right back for us. We're having a bit of an issue with Owen Adams. He said that he wanted to leave, so I'm trying throughout the course of this season to kind of appease him, get him a contract on the board. But obviously we'll see how it is we get that along. But I'm looking to kind of buy replacements as it is, as we're going along. And he's going to replace Ethan Laird, who's returned to Palace from the end of last season. Going on to this season itself, we'll have a look at our sales. So we haven't really lost too much, which is good. We've lost Pius Amon, this chap, and also Kyle Kelly was sold for 100 grand. Other than that, it's just loanees. There's nothing really major there, which is great. Signings wise, we bought a left back in the shape of Shane Flynn. Pretty sure, that's not what I meant. Pretty good, to be fair. He's good all the way up that left side. Can even cover right mid as well if we need him to. Yeah, he's the big signing. We'll cover him shortly. We've got a backup goalkeeper in the name of Davide Mastro Antonio. Definitely not how you pronounce it. Probably not going to get much game time, and he's happy with that, which is fine. On the conversation of right backs earlier, I signed Manuel Ortega, who somehow isn't listed as a wonder kid, but he's an absolutely rapid right back, but can play right wing. And he's got 13 tackling as well, which is wonderful. 13 tackling, 14 crossing. Beautiful stuff. Another fullback we signed was Joel Roman on the left side this time. Again, we're looking to try and build for the future. We're getting a lot of youngsters in. Hopefully they're getting ones that will be kind of homegrown as and when we push for Europe, should that happen. He's worth a small fortune. We bought him for 900 grand. Happy days. Ortega was 5.5 million, actually. He's valued at 21 to 32 currently. So, beautiful stuff. As we're going through our defenders, we also signed Futi Radebe. Almost how you pronounce it. Not entirely. 6'1". He can play, he's both footed as well, so he's probably going to be the left-sided centre-back. Came in for 2.6 million from ZTE. Thought they were going to have more of a name than that. He's alongside Hackett as our kind of key centre-back, which is good. We also have brought in, defence-wise, I think that's it. Yeah. So we'll hop up to a striker. We've got Gonzalo Lopez from Wanderers. Not Wolves, Montevideo Wanderers over in Uruguay. He came in for 1.8 million. Value between 11.5, 14.5. Probably not ready to jump into the first team straight away, but looks like he'll be pretty handy a season or so down the line, or at the very least, quite a hefty profit. Some wingers, we signed Vladimir Quiroz from Colombian side Atlético Nacional. He looks pretty decent. Can play right side, can play left. Fast, agile, good finishing, good crossing, good technique, good penalty taking. Wonderful stuff. He was joined via Vaclav Vaprec, who is a Czech winger this time. Similar situation, can play left or right. Tall, fast, all the same stuff we just said for the other fella. He came in for 3 million. He's valued between 29 and 34. And Kiros came in for 1.5, and he's valued between 35 and 50 pissing 3 million. Our record signing, on the other hand, was Arda Güler. Yes, the fella that's just gone to Real Madrid, Arda Güler. He came in from Fenerbahce, 11.25 million. He's currently valued between 41 and 45 million. We've got quite a few contracts on the boys where they're asking for relegation release clauses, which is kind of understandable. But he's his 30 million, so regardless, we'll make money, but we won't make as much as we'd like to if we do get relegated. So we just won't. Sounds like a plan. Season preview thinks we will, however. 1,000 to 1 we are at the moment between ourselves and Baggies, and Cardiff are a minor improvement in 900 to 1. So all the promoted teams are pretty much expected to just bomb straight back down. Someone's going to be challenging that record that Derby set a good few years ago now, which isn't ideal. If we scroll down here, we can find our best player. We scroll quite a while to find ours, and it's our goalkeeper, and then Arda Güler. So they're both pretty handy. We have still got Van Sass knocking about. As I said, we haven't lost anyone, which is brilliant. So that's helping us build from the kind of success we had for the whole of last season. I was going to say towards the end, but the whole season was success, which it's not going to be the case this year, but it's fine. I say that. Do you know what? I say that. We're currently 4 games deep in the league. We've played 4 games deep. We've won 2 against Baggies and Southampton. We have lost 2 as well, but they are against Chelsea and Everton, so kind of expected. We've got no one on the board, but overall, we're doing okay. The loss against Chelsea as well was a 2-1. The 3-0 against Everton, on the other hand, we won't speak about that. And we also beat Brentford 4-1 in the second round, our first round of the EFL Cup. So we do have Liverpool pretty soon after that next game against Leicester. So we'll hop forward towards kind of the end of the year, or the end of the calendar year, should I say, and see what it is we're up to. We're having a record-breaking year this year, chaps. 21st of December, as I said, we're going to come back towards the end of the calendar. Yeah, you've read it, haven't you? We've just set a record for the most defeats in a row. I think it's just a club record, not a Premier League record. We're also 17th, so I don't know which one to go to first, actually. Where's the shock value? We'll go... I'll just show you. Look at the state of that. So, as I said, and we were talking earlier, we were doing pretty well. Arda Güler got himself a goal in the win against Leicester, which was the first one after the last update. We then got knocked out of the Cup to Liverpool, which is understandable. Lost to Tottenham, again, kind of understandable. A win against Cardiff, which was massive for us. A win against West Ham as well, which was quite big. And then we lost 10 on the bounce. Yeah. We haven't drawn a game yet. We've only drawn 1 in a friendly against Valencia. Yeah, it's not ideal. Quite a few bookings on the board, if you notice all the little yellow dots. That's going to become a theme of the season. We haven't got too many red cards though, which is good. We did have one in this 3-2 loss against Man City as well, of all the teams. We actually had a 2-0 lead against them as well. But realistically, we're never going to hold on to that. Arda Güler is having an absolutely wonderful season. He's got 9 goals so far. He's even top of the assists as well, sharing that with Kridos. Our goalkeeper getting best pass completion, which I don't know if it's good or bad, to be quite honest. But it is what it is. It's fine. Cup update, as I said, we have been knocked out of that. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. And we've been drawn against Sheffield United in the FA Cup. So we've got quite a bit of work to do in January when that comes through. So I'll see you on the other side of that and see what we've managed to do. See if we've managed to eventually kind of not lose a game. We've won a game. Arda Güler is now top of the assists on his own, top of the goals, top of the average rating, top of the mana. He's a good player. He just is. You'd almost think there's a reason why Real Madrid have signed him. We are still 17th, which isn't great. We'll hop on to the competition board. We got past Sheffield United, but did get knocked out to Brighton, but I'll show you that again in a little second. As it stands, we are 2 points ahead of the relegation zone and 22 points from Europe. So it's evident which side of the table we're going to end on, but we won't worry about that too much. We did manage to get up a win against West Ham. So we managed to go from West Ham to West Ham, complete losses, and then bookend them with 1-0 against West Ham. Pick up another win against Cardiff, a 4-1 loss against Man City this time, 3-2 win against Sheffield in the Cup, and then unfortunately we've just lost 3-2 against Brighton as well, which isn't ideal, and I think that's even a Championship Brighton. Yeah, they're a very good Championship team, to be fair. So that's not ideal. We've made a few transfers to hopefully stem the flow. I've bought in a few not Norwegian, a few Nordic, Scandinavian, who knows, centre backs. We have firstly Peter Forsberg, who came in for $1.5 million from Jewel Gardens. Looks pretty good. On his right foot, just generally looks pretty strong. He's valued at between 7-8 million, tickling up towards 9 million. He's played a few games for us as well, is doing okay. We also brought in as a Norwegian centre-back this time for 3.3 million from Kristiansund. He's valued a little bit closer to 10 million. Again, just looks pretty solid. He's played also another 3 games. And we signed in Antonio Barisic because a little bitch of a right back in the shape of Owen Adams outright refused to do anything. So he signed a contract with Shakhtar for the end of the season. So I offered him out to them, and we ended up getting 4.9 million for him. So it's not ideal, considering we bought him in the Championship and he's vastly improved under us, but we did almost double our money on him. So we'll just take that as an L. We'll move on. We've still made some money, but he's a player who I think we could have got quite a bit more out of if he just stopped being a sulky little brat. But it is what it is. We move perfectly fine. We have, in the meantime, changed our formation ever so slightly. Actually, sorry, I referenced this. So the first win with West Ham actually came off the back of that formation change. Did kind of change our favours. We got our first draw on the board against Everton as well, in a 90th minute equaliser for us. So yeah, things are kind of ish working, but we need to kind of get a stranglehold of what we're doing, turn the whole season around basically. The season preview has changed for us because our youngsters coming into their own. We're now only 900 to 1, which, if we're honest, it could be stronger, but also we could be baggies and have only 7 points from 27 games, so at least we're not them. I said earlier we're going to have record-breaking seasons. We've broken the record for the most defeats in a row for Wrexham. We've also gone and absolutely obliterated the discipline record for the league. As of the 12th of March, we broke the record, and all we've done, we just kept getting stronger. We just have. So as of the 26th of April now, we've had 117 yellow cards, 2 red cards, and we've firmly stamped our name on on the Premier League. Even if we're still 17th with only 3 games to go, we'd normally be pushing for that 40-point total. Physically impossible for us to hit it now. So what we're hoping for is that we can do just enough and Fulham can do less than that. That's the plan at the moment. We can climb a little bit higher, but it's reliant on Watford and Southampton dropping pretty much every point that they can win now, which isn't likely. But as we stand, as I said, we are precarious, but it's fine. To cheer us up in the slightest amount, we've had our scholars come through. Most of them are okay, apart from one chap in the name of Robert Samuels, who looks pretty decent. His determination isn't the best, but overall he's coming in with a potential 5-star. He's already valued at 5 million. Realistically, a 16-year-old winger, pretty sharpish. I've said it again. It's not a thing. Pretty snappy, a fast boy. That's what we're going for. He may make his way into the first team at some point. Hopefully so, but we'll see where that is in a little while. And just to hop back on that relegation scrap, we have had that little lovely kind of item come through. So as it stands, we have Cardiff, Fulham, Wrexham, and Watford are the 4 teams involved. Realistically, Cardiff and Watford are too strong either way. It's just between ourselves and Fulham. So we do actually have to play Baggies next, who are the worst team in the division. They've now got 9 points from 35. Is even worse if you do the maths. Fulham have just played Baggies. I'm pretty sure they dropped points to them as well, which was good. So overall, we have got slightly weaker teams, and we've got a point difference and a goal difference as well. So goal difference advantage, sorry. So it's not too bad. We got 3 draws on the board now as well, which is okay, I suppose. We were due to pick up a win against Fulham. Unfortunately, they managed to sneak back a winner from what I remember, an equaliser, 91st minute, which could have been massive for us, but we've got points in other games. A 2-0 win against Bournemouth. We've shuffled back to our 4-2-3-1 now as well, but a slightly kind of more defensive version of it. We've also had a 3-0 win, in fact, against Villa, which is nice of them to just bless me with some points. And most recently a 0-0 against Chelsea, which was massive. We decided to give away a penalty to someone in the 70th minute, which my goalkeeper saved, which was fantastic of him. So 3 games on the board. All we need to do now is see if we're still here at the end of the season, if we can hold on and just do just enough. I'll take a job. I don't care if it's 30 points and we've done just enough by Fulham being worse. Couldn't care less, as long as we're above that dotted line. So we'll hop over to the season review now and see what it says on there where we are. And to carry on our theme of record-breaking seasons, we have had our record season ever, our highest ever finish, mostly because Wrexham as a team have never been in the Premiership. So we could have finished bottom with 0 points, but a record is a record and we've taken it. So that's 3 at the very least we've had this season. We've got our end-of-season review. We'll have a little look through our transfers, if it offers us them first. If it offers us anything, because I've just clicked a button. There we go. We'll have a little fly through these. Arda Güler is absolutely massive. The border on board? That makes sense. A few of the other signings as well, they're big fans of. The one that they're least keen on was Denzo Cassius. They're just content, so they're not particularly unhappy with any of them. And sales, just to fly through these, see if there's anyone there that they're particularly upset about. Again, they're just content with all of them. And I'm not looking at the loanees, because there was hundreds. Where did we finish, guys? What are you saying? 17th? We did. We just did. We managed it. Not only did we manage it, actually, to be fair, it might be hiding behind my head now. We picked up a win against Baggies, a 2-1 loss, unfortunately, against Tottenham, but we played well, and finished off the season with a 2-2 draw against Leicester. So we picked up a few points. We actually had a 6-point gap between ourselves and Fulham at the end of the season, which is splendid. A 92% average attendance as well. Arda Güler came in as top scorer in... Okay, technically all 3 competitions, but the Carabao Cup he was joined with a few other players as well. And the board confidence is a C+, considering all they wanted to do was attempt to avoid relegation. And instead of attempting to, we just straight up did it. So, wonderful stuff. They're just relatively happy with everything that happened. Biggest win was a 5-1 against Southampton, with Ward-Prowse scoring, who must be at least 74 now. Match to remember was a 4-1 win in the Carabao Cup for some reason. And our goal of the season, surprisingly, isn't Arda Güler. It's Selvin Ramirez, who provides a perfect finish, an excellent team move by scoring a deftly executed. Should we watch it? Let's watch it. Let's watch the bloody thing. So we have the ball quite deep with Forsberg. We've had it for a little while as well at this point. Put forward towards White. Brilliant ball out to Ramirez on that left side. And I wouldn't say that was quite deftly, but whatever it was, wonderful finish. That was in that 3-3 against Fulham as well, the one that we mentioned earlier, where they just in the last minute took the 2 points from us, which was painful. We've not gained reputation yet, but we probably will do soon. The biggest improvement here, broadcast revenue has gone up from 3 million to 89. That is huge. Competition prize money has gone from 100k to 7.8 million. Again, to be fair, that actually as a multiple is vastly more, but it looks less impressive. Merchandising, 1.2 million sales as well. 13,000 shirts. Sims, Arda, Angel Gomez, Ramirez and Arsheim are our top shirt sellers. Van Sass and Güler are our only players to get an average of over 7, which is mad considering how many goals we conceded, that our goalkeeper is still getting a 7 rating. Cassius, Hackett, Radebe and Flynn finishing off the defence. White, Ranocchia behind Quiros, Ramirez and Güler, and Sims as our striker. Gotta be honest, wasn't particularly impressed with Sims this season. So I'm going to be using Lopez quite a bit. Might have a little look at trying to sell Sims potentially if we can get some interest. But he's only valued at like 1.4 million, which is nothing really. But overall, not too bad. We did pick up Championship Manager of the Year last season, which is brilliant. Highest transfer fee. There's another record. That's 4. Wonderful stuff. Competition awards. Ramirez took the EFL Young Player of the Year. Roberts took the Championship Player of the Year for us at the end of last season. Gerler was top for average rating, most man of the matches, top goal scorer, signing of the season, young player of the season, and fans player of the season. It was quite a good investment for us. We've still got Kramer, Quiros, and Ramirez finishing off the other board. Once Wrexham, that's entirely incorrect, but that's fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm going to ignore this dynamic manager thing because it's just a bit of a faff, innit? Survival, that's what we wanted. That's what we're here for. Wonderful stuff. So, what we did want to have a little look at is our initial budgets. They have given me 975 grand a week, so just shy of $1 million, and a budget of 40 million to spend, which leaves us at the moment 47 grand wages to spend at the moment, and well, 40 mil, which is splendid. So we are safe. We're doing the wonderful stuff. We're doing the Lord's work. Happy days. Core fans, we're now 12%. Sorry, hardcore fans, sorry. Core fans have dropped ever so slightly, and the fair weather fans have increased, which I suppose kind of makes sense because we're now a Premiership team. There's people that will just turn up and just, I don't know, just come along for the bants. And all the board are looking for us is just to attempt to avoid relegation for the foreseeable future, which I can go with. I said to myself halfway through this season, yes, I spoke to myself, if we can stay up, I think I've got no issue of us staying up next season because we're going to have these youngsters getting stronger, which is what everyone wants to see. We didn't have too many players missing injury. Actually, our first kind of main player was Ortega, and we had another 2 right backs behind him as well, so we had that cover, which is brilliant. Looking at players in Team of the Week is Radebe, but Team of the Week isn't all that, is it really? We finished off, season review wise, preview I suppose, 500 to 1, so we halved our odds by the end of the season, which is wonderful. And our strongest players are still Gerler and Van Sass, but Gerler's overtook. He's not going to get on this board anytime soon. But yeah, we are. You know, I'm having a wonderful time. I'm happy we stayed up. But I'm happy we stayed up. We're going to be look at the state of this graph at the bottom. At one point we were 5th, and then it just got worse. These are the 10 games that we lost. Had a little climb, and then we're like, you know what? 17's fine. We'll just stay here. We'll come back next year. Happy days. But if you have enjoyed that, like, subscribe, show your support. As I mentioned earlier, it'd be greatly appreciated. Slap it in the comments. Where we're going to finish next year. Second season syndrome by any chance? Pushing for Europe? I don't know. Would like to know what you're saying. But if you have enjoyed, as mentioned earlier, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much for your time.